Okay, let's get this very blue for whatever reason stream started. I think the YouTube live is working. I think it's working. I don't know why I'm this blue. I need to change the, let's see, webcam. Configure video. How do I configure this? White balance auto. Okay, this is much better. I'm no longer like a smurf. I am no longer like a smurf. Okay, motion's good. Hello everybody, if anybody is watching. Am I live on TikTok? Mario salutare. Okay, so... Okay, there's still some things I need to configure, but welcome to the first stream on triples. You see here, I've got a monitor. I've got another monitor there. I've got a new seat. I've got basically almost everything is new. Except the chassis itself, like the SimLab GT1 Evo rig. I've got a more formula / prototype style position. And I've raised the pedals. I'm sitting much more comfortably. I've got a new seat, Subuilt Sim Racing SRP1, I think. I don't know. It's much comfier. It's much nicer. And some monitor boxes still in the back because I haven't unpacked everything since I moved. Long story short, triples are awesome, but they're really expensive and really, really hard to configure. And also, the second thing, never buy Asus monitors. Asus monitors are shit. That's the advice you're gonna get on this stream. That's the advice I can give you. Also, why the hell can I not see my TikTok live? It tells me am I live on TikTok? I think I am live on TikTok, but I cannot see, like, can somebody post a comment? I need to log in to my TikTok and see. Your QR code, I want to scan. Let's see if this works. Merci, merci. PDMVS. Okay, so the chat is working. I've got something working this time. I wasn't sure because it told me it went live and then it went to nothing. So, okay, why am I not logged in? Anyway, we're doing a 100-minute race around Qatar, Lusail circuit with the hypercars. We have new tire model update in Le Mans Ultimate. I've been testing it for 1 to 2 hours now, and I'm starting to get a hang of it. I got quite pissed off with Le Mans Ultimate in the break or off season or whatever ever since then, because the tire model for LMP2 and LMP3, there's no way of saying it's shit, right? It's not very good. I need to clip this, so let me start like a proper rant so I can make a clip. I need to post more on my YouTube. The Le Mans Ultimate tire update up until now has been very good in terms of feel and force feedback, but it's been super simplistic and absolute rubbish once you got into the details. Like, for example, if you spun on grass, your tires would go to 170 degrees or whatever it is, and you'd lose tire life because it purely calculated the tire life based on slip, right? Just on slip angle. So if you slid on the grass, just spin the wheels up, or on gravel or something, you would get a lot of tire wear and a lot of temperature. On the LMP2 as well, once it went past, I don't know, 100 degrees or something, the temperature would only build up. It would never go down, no matter how slow you would drive. So I've been pissed off because I've been obviously doing some mistakes because the LMP2 is difficult to drive. That's another part of it. I still believe that partly the car is broken. But I've been pissed off because I spun in Tosa, for example, at like, what, 100 and something kph in Imola, and I lost 30% tire life, man, on a tire. So that really made me not want to play the game anymore because it's just rubbish, right? It's one mistake and you're out, which is, I get it, it's challenging, but it's also not, it was not a good tire model. On the other hand, on the LMP3, you would never be able to generate any tire temperature. I've driven those cars in real life. They're not that sketchy, and you are able to generate, even like cold conditions, like decent tire temp, right? But in the game, to go over 60 or 70 degrees, it would be very, very difficult. So now, all those cars are still rubbish. Forget them. LMP2, LMP3 tire model, I think, is rubbish. There's no other way to say it. It feels good. It's drivable. It's okay. But the tire model itself is not good. It's super simplistic. Just slip. That's it. Temperature is not under control. Now, they've brought a new tire model for the hypercars only. So this is the most advanced we have now, and that's what we're going to test tonight. From my testing so far in Qatar, and I know this is very preliminary, it is a lot better. It is a lot better. I haven't tested all the scenarios, but, you know, enough talking. Let's go into the game and let's kind of start explaining something in the 20 minutes we have before the session starts. So we're at Qatar. I'm just going to load my quali setup and just show you some bits, right? Salutare, am făcut karting, dar foarte puțin. Glenn, oh no, not Glenn. Afternoon, mate. Alex, the new sim is awesome. I have one more upgrade planned, which I hope is coming soon. But don't forget, like and subscribe if you enjoy. And then we're gonna see with those upgrades in the past. If you do want to upgrade, you know what I'm using, Asetek Sim Sports. You've got 5% off with my code. So, first of all, the update has made hypercars finally very tricky to drive on cold tires. They were still tricky in the with the old tire model, but they went up into temperature like very, very quickly. Like right now, I can't even go with TC out of the pits without lifting, without spinning off. So it now takes a proper like 5 laps to warm the tires up, which is very, very realistic. You'll see them in real life, like really tiptoe around the track in the first couple of laps, and GT3s will be quicker through the corners. Like, look at this. This is just so slow, right? And I think that's a great step forward. They do not have tire blankets for hypercars in the World Endurance Championship. We've seen a lot of experienced drivers make mistakes on cold tires, like Giovinazzi at Spa spun it like, you know, in Eau Rouge at very, very pedestrian pace. So this is now reflected here. So you're going to have to take it very carefully. You're going to have to be super slow. But the balance itself is good. So you remember I said the LMP3 tire... Oh, sorry. Thank you. No game sound. Okay, we are so back. Remember I said it should be now. The LMP3 tire model I said is not able to generate some temperatures. And the car just understeers because of the result of it. Because that tire model, when they're cold, only heats up the rear tires for some reason. I don't know. This one is a lot more balanced. So you do get understeer, but if you push it, you see, the back will come round. So the car is sketchy, but there is still some balance to the car that wasn't there with the P2 or the P3 tire model. Whereas when the tires are cold, you usually just get chronic understeer and nothing else. So that's already a great step forward. And also I think the prolonged heating duration is very realistic. That wasn't very good. It was too quick. Beforehand, you had like 2 laps, maybe 3, and you'd be like way quicker out of the gates. And yeah, they would warm up just too quickly. You'd be too quick. And the other thing I said, I'm going to test it again. So you see the temperature is building up nicely. I believe, don't quote me on this, but I believe we now also have heat transferring from the discs to the rim and to the tire eventually. And it also takes time to build up the heat because you need to heat the core of the tire, right? So we get, I believe the indication that you get there is surface temperature. Not 100% sure. But while you can get surface temperature really quick on a tire just by spinning it up, like you do a burnout out of the pits, the surface temp could go up to 100 degrees Celsius easily. You're not going to have that as a core temperature in the carcass, right? Which is what gives you the proper grip. And the second thing, so if I go, let me go into this gravel now, right? You can see the tire life there. Look at the tire wear and look at the temps. They're still heating up, but it's not as bad as before. Maybe it's still a bit bad, like you wouldn't get any heat in real life. But I think it used to be a lot quicker, and you don't get any wear with that heat. So you might get a bit of surface temperature, but if I did this beforehand, I might need to test it with the LMP2 actually to show you guys. You would constantly lose tire life percentage, whereas here I barely lost anything because it's gravel, right? So you don't have the same friction as you have with asphalt. So, yeah, the balance is good. It takes longer to heat up, and I think overall it's a step in the right direction. It is much more tricky to drive, especially when they're cold, and the cars are snappier. I would say they're harder to catch, but these hypercars in real life, they're not easy to drive. They're heavy cars with quite a lot of power, and you need to really push them to the edge, right, to get the maximum out of them. You can't really drive them with a lot of slip like you would before this new tire model came out. So I think that's a good progress. When are we getting the Nova in LMU? I wish we would. So I think it's a step in the right direction. There's still some things I would like to see. Again, I don't think this has a lot of heat transfer effect and that sort of stuff, like the finer details on a tire model. I don't believe the tires get dirty or anything like that, or at least now I don't feel any kind of gravel jumping out of the tires. So there's still some things that, you know, they need to implement, but I believe it's a good step in the right direction, and I hope they make these changes on the P2 and the P3 as well, because yeah, I really don't enjoy driving those cars now because of the tire model. They're fine if you don't make any mistake and just drive within the parameters, but let's be honest, that's super difficult to do, and mistakes happen. Mistakes happen in the sim, they happen in real life. The consequences should also be realistic, because every driver makes mistakes every single race. Like how big those mistakes are is debatable. And especially on a sim with limited tire sets every single race. For example, in P2, if you spin in qualifying and you lose one of those sets, your whole race is screwed up, right? Just because you had a low speed spin in qualifying. So I don't think that's good. I don't think that's realistic, and I hope to see this kind of refined and improved further. It's been 2 years now since the game came out, so yeah. With the tires, also the force feedback has been changed. I feel you have to drive the car much more on the nose than on the rear. So you used to drive it with a lot of slip on the rear axle, whereas now you really need to see where the front limit is, which for me, well, this might be a driving style thing because I tend to do that in real life as well, but most of the cars, also if you listen to Max or somebody more experienced like that, they do describe as, you know, you need to drive the car on the nose and to drive it to that limit more or less IRL as well. So the force feedback feels a bit more intense, like there's more force to it for me, but that's because you feel that connection to the front tires a lot more. And when you get, well, at least in this LMH Peugeot, which is almost the only car I've driven, when you get oversteer, it's now kind of snappier, much harder to catch. I'm not sure about that part, to be honest. It is quite difficult to catch it. Maybe it's my setup. I'm still using some of the old setups. I found that generally I have to run a lot less ride height on the rear than what I had with the eSport setups, and I'm running more understeer. So I think those are to be expected. Yeah, the old tires were basically out on the hypercar since the game came out, so it was one of the oldest things we had in here. So I think the update is definitely a step forwards in the right direction again, in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know about BOP. I have no idea. I've only driven this Peugeot. So this is the 9X8 Evo with the wing. And the Alpine. And I tried the Cadillac at Monza for like 3 laps and couldn't avoid dying. And I saw actually Jardier was in this practice server a bit earlier with the Cadillac, and he just spectacularly died in front of me. So I suspect that the LMHs again are quicker than the LMDHs, which I've noticed them Ultimate, that's something they like to do. Kind of flip between the two rule sets in terms of which car is the quickest or not. So yeah, that's kind of... Salutare, Iuli. Ciao. Bine ai venit pe stream. Oh. I hope that this, I don't know, explains a bit. I'm gonna clip this and post it on YouTube, hopefully. See if it gets any traction. Sort of a quick review of the tire model. I hope this makes the soft and the hard tires much more viable as well, because prior to the update they were almost useless in a lot of situations, whereas in real life you would see teams use them, like during the night at Le Mans or even in Qatar. You'd have different tire compounds based on the track temperature, on how much you load the tires up, and that makes a huge difference, not in terms of speed but in terms of wear and kind of balance. So I hope this makes the softs and the hards much more viable for races. They've been very rarely used until now. I have a feeling this is gonna change it, so I'm gonna try one of those quirky strategies for tonight's race and see where it goes. But overall, yeah, happy with the tire update. Come on, LMU, sort your stuff out with the LMP2 and LMP3 tires. I'm not in a position to speak about GT3 just because I don't race them, basically. I haven't done anything since the Spa 12 hours, which is, I don't know, 6 months ago or something, so I'm not going to speak about those. I don't think there's any update as far as I'm aware. But in terms of prototypes, yeah, happy with the update. Hope they kind of refine it further. Oh, sorry. Iuli, este diferit de iRacing, da? Prima diferență foarte mare e că nu ai nevoie de abonament să joci jocul. Adică poți să cumperi base game-ul de pe Steam și poți să te dai la dailies, la weeklies, la special events, fără să plătești niciun fel de subscription. La iRacing nu e chestia asta și... Da, selecția de mașini este mult mai limitată, adică aici ai doar prototipuri și GT-uri, nu ai mașini de formulă sau NASCAR sau alte chestii. Salutare! Nu mai sunt la RLR pentru că nu mai susțin acel campionat și acea ligă din cauza celor care o gestionează. Și nu o să mai particip acolo pentru ever. Probabil. Dar da, am participat în trecut la... Am participat în trecut la RLR. Ok, let's do some quali laps. Why do I get a... Who's mentioned me? I don't know. I got a Discord notification. I'm a noob. I don't know where it's from. Anyway, let's do some qualifying. Also, why does it show you like the... How do I change that? YouTube username or YouTube ID? Overlay, messages, mechanics. Oh my god, I have to look in the settings. I'm sorry guys, it's not your channel name. This, yeah, this is too much for my small brain. Hide sources. Show source name as text. No, no. Use first names only? No. I have no idea what I'm doing. Da, majoritatea sunt GT-uri și prototipuri, deci din punctul ăla de vedere nu pierzi nimic dacă cu asta vrei să vrei să concurezi, doar că na, aici n-ai opțiunea, adică dacă vrei să faci, nu știu, o cursă cu IndyCar sau Super Formula sau chestii din astea, pur și simplu nu ai opțiunea pentru că nu există mașini de felul ăsta, dar dacă vrei să concurezi cu Hypercar, de exemplu, ăsta e singurul joc, nu știu dacă au implementat și în automobilista între timp, în care sistemul hibrid e implementat cum trebuie, adică aici vezi că eu pot să setez, de exemplu, cât deployment, cât energie electrică vreau să consum, cât vreau să regenerez, ai brake migration, este mult mai complex decât ce ai în iRacing. Okay, 7 minutes till the server starts. Let's do some quali and then we'll see. I hope more people signed up for the race because there wasn't a lot of people signed up for this weekly. I just wanted to test it. I think this is the first. Let's let this guy go. As I said, we are slower than GT3s through the corners at the beginning until we get some tire temp, but we are much quicker on the straights. By the way, how's the stream quality on YouTube? Because I wasn't convinced that the stream is as crisp as it used to be before. Oh, yeah. Big slide. Because I had the battery to 100%. Okay, thank you. I did some tests and I don't know, it looked a bit pixelated from for my liking. What do you mean? It's same as LMP3 and 2? Have to be very careful these first laps. But anyway, Peugeot seems quick in Qatar. I was thinking about actually moving to Twitch at some point. I don't know if, well, YouTube engagement seems like dead. There was a time where I had at least like 15 people on the stream. Now it's barely anybody. I know it's been very inconsistent in terms of when I stream, but still, I don't know if I should try Twitch or Kick or something else. TBC. Why is it so snappy? Also, I don't have my ball sack fan, which I used to have in the old rig setup. Need to mount it again. Makes a big difference. And I'm gonna sweat. But man, this new seating position is so much more comfortable. So much better than what I had. Okay, 3 minutes to go to server start, so we're gonna do 2 more laps and then just join the server. I like this high speed section, must be crazy in real life. What the fuck was that? What the hell was that? He just didn't move quickly enough, or I didn't avoid him quickly enough, but there we go. Also, how the hell do I see my... Still haven't been able to log in to see my TikTok stream. I have no idea how I do that. It says I'm still live because some people are popping in, but... Can't damn see it. Anyway, let's see how many people signed up. Oh, we've got 17 hypercars. Okay, that's better. This is screwed, because now you don't get, like, the guys listed in order of driver rank. I don't know what they're listed in terms of, anyway. Still not a lot of people. I don't know why people didn't sign up for this one, but there we go. Usually this is a popular slot. Okay, I'm logged in. Okay, I'm logged in. Aha, I can see Mr. I'm logged in. Wait. Aha, I can see Mr. I'm logged in. I'm sorry for that. Okay, so the TikTok stream works. I just gotta check something once we join the server. 1 minute anyway. I have time to check the stream quality in the meantime as well. Thank you guys for leaving a like, by the way. Checks. Stream quality is good. Okay. I don't know. I'm not gonna change anything. Okay, let's see where we finished. 17 hypercars. Got Peugeots. Got Toyotas. We got one Alpine. I tried the Alpine. It was quite satanic. The Cadillac as well. I hope we don't end up... High number of incidents for Arvid. Okay. I think this is going to be one split, right? Of hypercars? Or 2 splits? No idea. Let's see. Let's see. Don't forget to give it a like, guys. See this. Salut, Tudor. Ciao. Bine ai venit pe stream. Acum începem și serverul de cursă. Join event. Bun, până acum merge tot ceea ce e bine. Așa, voiam să văd o chestie pe TikTok. Bun, sunt curios dacă... No, I don't want a Q&A, I want the poll. There we go. Okay, car setup. I want the quali and I want to check what the guys on TikTok see. Maybe this is better. Okay, why is there a... Oh, I was about to ask why there's a black bar, but never mind. Cool, let's do some quali practice. Salut, folosesc astea de la Viraj. Și mai am uneori mănușile de la curse aici, pe care le-am folosit, mă rog, astea vechi, de realitate. Problema e că astea transpiră foarte mult mâinile. Astea de la viraj sunt foarte ok, nu sunt la fel de pufoase și comode, dar nu știu dacă se vede pe cameră, sunt perforate pe aici și pe interior. Nu par super durabile, că s-a rupt un pic asta, dar pentru mâinile mele care se încing destul de repede, sunt mulțumit cu ele. Ce nu recomand sunt... erau niște producători în UK, am uitat cum se numesc, care făceau mănuși personalizabile. Și mi-am făcut o pereche și sunt absolut groaznice. Dar uite, nu mai țin minte acum cum se numea firma. IMB, așa. Nu recomand IMB deloc. Deci alea clar nu. Acum mă uitam pentru că sunt încântat de scaunul ăsta de la Sabel Sim Racing. Mă uitam la mânușile lor, dar sunt foarte scumpe. 50 de euro pereche. Se pare destul de mult. Dar momentan le folosesc pe astea de la viraj și sau ce mai am de pe la curse. Mai am niște perechi care se împut repede și na, le spăl la ceva vreme. Poți să iei și niște mănuși de karting, mănuși de auto de curse. Pentru imersiune alea aș spune că sunt cele mai bune, dar sunt și destul de scumpe. Let's see how the Toyota fares. I wanted to try the Toyota as well. It used to be my favorite car before some update nerfs. I want to see if it's competitive. I think we also have Le Mans 24 hours next week, so a lot of people will be testing for that. M-am uitat la comentariul tău și era să mor. Sunt mai potrivite în... Singurul mod în care sunt mai bune e că îți transpiră mâinile mai puțin. Cam ăla este avantajul la mănușile făcute special pentru sim. Ți-am spus, IMB pot clar să nu îți recomand. Abruții nu știu ce să zic. Astea de la viraj mi se par ok. Adică aș mai da banii odată pe ele. Nu sunt dezamăgit de achiziție. Dar ca grip și ca feel și calitate și așa, aș spune că tot cele irele sunt mai bune. This track makes me irrationally angry. I'm no good here. I don't know. It's an odd track. It's an odd track. It's an oddly unsatisfying track. It has a profile which should be quite satisfying, I think, but it's not. I can't really explain it. Like, the last sector is very high speed. I love that generally, right? It's, you know, high speed corners are the ones I love the most. But this one, because you're just turning right, and then only one left, it's just a bit odd. It's a bit... I got the hang of it now a bit, so I don't hate it. But it's just one of those meh tracks. It's very meh. Yeah, it's not It's not the best track. What can I say? Anyway, it's fun because now if you use the TC override button, you can actually spin the car in like 3rd or 4th gear when the... Has it been designed for bikes? Oh yeah, you're right, yeah. I mean, that makes a lot of sense now. I think maybe for bikes it's a lot nicer. I know nothing about motorbikes, I like them, but that would make a lot of sense. It's also, I don't know, the curbs are... Oh. The car bottoms out so easily, like everywhere. And IRL, like in the sim is not a problem, right? But IRL, if you do that, you damage the floor and or wear the plank so quickly. You really are not going to do that during the race or during quali. And in the sim, you can, but it's one of those small things that doesn't yet translate to sim racing, where you can abuse the car like very badly, especially prototypes, over curbs and stuff, if you touch too much. Okay, let's go for quali. The first few laps are just gonna be warm-up, so just gotta take it easy. Last lap should be, this last 2 laps should be the quickest ones. Concurenți și am concurat în irele, da. Am participat în diferite campionate. Am fost campion în Olanda, GTM Prototype Challenge în 2019, campionatul național de anduranță în România și mai concurez sporadic în serii gen Prototype Cup Germany, Ultimate Cup Series, prototipuri de obicei. Am concurat la LMP3. O categorie de mașini pe care o avem și în joc și pe care sper să o încerc mai mult dacă fac și acolo update la tire model, pentru că momentan e cam nasol. Dacă te uiți pe canal pe YouTube o să găsești onboard-uri cu tot felul de mașini diferite, prototipuri, GT-uri. Oh, the lift off oversteer is very nice now. It was very hard to get before the entire model update. Ah, almost hit the gravel I had to lift. Ooh. Spicy. Okay, 3 more laps. Are we gonna have time for 3? I think we should be good. I think you can brake later now than you used to. The lockups are more controllable, I find. Which is a good thing. You still get them, but you have better feeling on the brakes, I find. Just a bit wide on the entry there. Ah! A bit greedy. Okay, final 2 laps. Do I have enough fuel to make it though? I'm not sure. That was nice. Lift-off oversteer is much more noticeable now. Cars were kind of immune to it before, but now you really need to take care how you play with the throttle mid-corner, which is good. Duminica la GT România Portimao. Salut, George, nu cred. Să fac ori practice pentru LMU 24 de ore sau tot ceva weeklies. Vreau să fac rating, să ajung din nou Gold 1. Yes! Okay, one more lap. I have the fuel for it. Steffi, merci de subscribe. Thanks for subscribing. Hope you enjoyed the stream. I don't know if I'll have enough fuel for the last lap. Let's see. I'm gonna have to lift and coast in qualifying. Yeah, I don't know. I hope not. But I still want to learn as much as possible, so I'm going to try and finish it. A bit wide there, but still quicker. Let's do max deployment and see what happens. I don't think I'll have enough fuel. I'm out. Right before the line. It was almost quicker. Anyway, that's enough for pole. Be right back. I need to take a leak and then we'll start the race. Folosesc Achiris Alia Wired. În general, recomand doar căști wired. Nu știu, sunt old school, fanfir. Dar Achiris e partenerul canalului de mult și recomand ALYA se scrie numele modelului. Ok, so let's do the race. I'm gonna try big brain strat. Don't tell anyone. But yeah, we're gonna try mix set. We're gonna try mix set. Hards on the left, mediums on the right. Hopefully we don't need to stop. Yes, I don't know why there's so few people for it, to be honest. I have no clue. Anyway, I hope this is the right set. I really hope this is the right set. I don't have... Oh, no, V2. Sorry. Okay, V2 is the right set. Good thing I looked. Still wanted to check this. Baza este de la Asetek. Folosesc la Prima cu boost kit, adică 16 Nm. Și pedalele am de la VRS. Anyone else with the same strategy? Not really. Oh, P8, same strategy. Alpine is on the mediums. I have no idea if it's a good strat or a bad strat, by the way. It all rests on the fact that I can do the whole race on this set, which I have no idea I can. Oh, we're starting with some heat in the tires. That's good. Start at 50 degrees, so that's not too bad. So yeah, plan is fuel save. Stint is going to be around 56 minutes, I believe, something like that. Splash of fuel, well, a bit more than a splash, kind of 70%. And then go for the final stint. That's the strat. Mediums were overheating on the left-hand side, so that's why I chose this. Let's see if we're slower at the beginning or not. I have no clue. And I have no clue if these tires are going to last. If they're not, we're just going to change to another medium set. Well, used on one side.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, look at the Alpine! Look at that start! Damn, that was so much better than me. Oh, I didn't want to dive the guy. I just wanted to avoid the fucking Peugeot. Okay. Could anticipate that the hards are slower. So I think these guys are gonna just push the whole stint. Do anything stupid. Respect for the guy in the Alpine. I tested it yesterday. It was very difficult to drive. Oh, Alpine through the gravel. Does he have less swing than me? Also, I can see him on the triple. Thanks, mate. Alpine struggling. So the Alpine is not saving. And it's still slower. I need to overtake him. I locked up, sorry. No damage though, just a bit of a bump. Was a good sector to do it though, because he was very slow here through the high speed. I don't know if they're running just like very little downforce. He's very quick up until here. They're very slow once we come to the high speed. Oh, that was a bit deep. Thanks for watching, guys, by the way. Glad to be back on the stream for a race in a long time. So the plan for now is 34 laps. Take care of tires, manage some fuel. I know, very exciting. And then just pit for some fuel. These guys behind are gonna have to take tires, I'm sure. I don't know. I haven't tested a full stint, so I have no idea what tire wear is like in terms of pace. I suspect the mediums compared to the hards are only gonna get slower as they overheat in the last sector. Exact. Plus că mi se pare că Sabelt e și partener la Peugeot, adică e autentic. Nu, dar scaunul, deși a fost scump, pot să spun că merită toți banii până acum. Se pare foarte comod, foarte calitativ și mă bucur că nu mai stau mega drept ca în autobuz. Nu e chiar Formula Style Position, dar e foarte similar cu un prototip din realitate, poziția de acum. Mai trebuie să rezolv eu niște chestii la pedale, nu 100% mulțumit, dar mult mai bine decât înainte. So we already have traffic and they're fighting for position. P19 and P20 are always the most scary GT3s because they would stop at nothing. That's where the Sigma grind set is. Mi-ar plăcea să încerc Talbot Sport, da, ce mișto era rivaliul ăla din grupa B, colorat. Domnul Jean Todt operând echipa. Știm că după aia s-a descurcat și în alte campionate, să zicem. So far so good. With warm tires the car feels nice. I'm sure the esports people will find a way to abuse this tire model as well. But it might be a lot more tricky than beforehand. Seems like the R factor 2-ness of it, if that makes sense, is gone. Oh, that was a bit late. But I didn't want to spend time, get stuck in there, because you lose a lot. Still not saving enough fuel, but we can still do like 32 or 33 laps. Ideally, I'd like to do 33. 34, sorry. Tire wear seems very well under control for now. Oh yes, samo tash ide Dakar. Place mult mașina din WEC. This 9X8 Evo has actually been designed by a Romanian. I mean the styling of it, not designed in terms of aero or anything like that, but because the rules are written up in such a way nowadays that, you know, you can't get maximum aero performance anyway because you're limited by a set of downforce drag coefficients in the regulations. You have a lot more freedom to do your own styling on the car, so the designers can make it reflect the design language of the brand. And I think it looks absolutely awesome. In terms of looks, it's probably my favorite hypercar, is it fair to say? Da, who knows, I mean... să depinde mult de cum se descurcă sezonul ăsta, mă gândesc. Greu să câștige momentan, depinde mult de Bob. Oh, don't kill me. Anyway, it seems like we're not gonna be challenged on pace. Okay, we're hitting the fuel number again. Exciting stuff. Who doesn't like talk about fuel and tires all the time? But yeah, we survived the first wave of GT3s. Let's see how far out they spread until the next time we pass them. still around the second lap quicker, so... That was a nice rotation. Robert Kubica is not happy. He just called somebody a fucking idiot. Who upset the Le Mans winner? Trebuie să mă uit că nu le știu pe de rost. Le-am luat pe alea de la Asetek recomandate pe site și am mai făcut eu ceva modificări. Știu doar că am force feedback smoothing în joc la 6. Pentru că dacă faci aici flat spot îți sare volanul din mâini. Vibrează foarte puternic. Okay, first 20 minutes gone. 1 hour and 20 to go. So far, so good. Curious to see the pace at the end of the stint because I have not tested it until the end, and we're gonna have to do another probably 40 minutes on this set of tires after the pit stop. Interesting. He left the door open at the beginning. I didn't take it, and then he cut in. Oh, what happened to the Alpine? Peugeot's now P2. Da, îmi place cum se simt curburile aici, dar cred că fără smoothing, adică sunt un pic prea violente. Problema nu e de cărburi, problema e de lock-up-uri. Eu de-aia am dat smoothing-ul mai sus. Îmi plăcea feeling-ul pe curb, sincer, pentru că e destul de... Adică le simți destul de agresiv și în realitate în volan. Okay, so let's keep an eye on the pace of that Peugeot in P2 now. He also has a hard tire, but only on the front left. Hello, mate. Welcome to the stream. Let me focus a bit. We've got a... Ah, interesant, ok. Păi ce ajustări să fac? Au luat Evo package din ăla, Joker? Pentru că altfel n-ai voie să faci nimic. Toată caroseria e scanată și omologată în forma ei. Sunt curios de noua Toyota, the new Toyota looks awesome. The delivery and the car itself looks very good, so they've been struggling lately. Well, I also would argue that there was a lot of BOP crap involved in that, but you know. Curious to see what they do this year. And then yeah, Ferrari, I'm gonna expect it to be red with various degrees of yellow. Oh, that was a nice exit. So my calculation now for the strategy is that you lose about maybe 25 to 30 seconds to take a new set of tires. Because taking tires is 14 seconds you lose anyway in the pits, right? But then you are much slower the first 5 laps. So 14 seconds plus 10. Because you lose like 5 seconds on the first lap only. Somewhere in that region. That's why I have this strategy. I'm hoping it will work, but who knows. In my mind it will. And this is actually quite a track where this case is on the edge, because first of all we got very high track temps. It's over 30 degrees. And then we've got a lot of high-speed corners where you can heat up the tires. But if you can imagine somewhere like Le Mans, if you take a new set, it's gonna take forever to warm them up. So, yeah, that's gonna be much more important for the strategy nowadays. Exactly, another 50 kilograms to Toyota Gazoo Racing. Well, it's no longer Gazoo Racing, it's Toyota Racing now, right? Finally dropped the Gazoo. I don't know what the Gazoo was there for. What was the Gazoo for? It's like very kind of quirky and Japanese, I find. Oh. I sincerely hope the BOP is not going to be shit. Like, if this year is going to be shit, I think we're going to see some manufacturers getting pissed off. I know they've adopted the same stupid rule in IMSA. Oh my god. Where teams, drivers are not allowed to publicly speak about BOP, which I think is wrong. Very communism. Let people complain. I understand the argument that you don't want like every race people to be complaining and shitting about BOP. Hello Vasek mate. Qatar is quite difficult to learn, I would say. It's a quite technical track if you want to be quick. It isn't risky because you have a lot of runoff, but I wouldn't say it's the easiest, and it lacks a lot of reference points. I would say it's medium. I would say it's medium. It's not the hardest, not the easiest. Do you want to do this race or? Oh, this is some serious traffic. What is this guy doing? What the fuck was he doing? Okay, at least we get these guys on the straights. Come on, dude, you're a back marker. Is he really gonna fight me? Oho, salutare robiță! to simulăm toți banii, exact. I am broke. Nu cred că s-a aprobat aia cu jocuri suplimentar, nu știu. Oricum devine din ce în ce mai relevant ce se întâmplă din 2029, parcă era finalul de reguli de convergență. Just the Porsche, yeah. I think it's okay. I mean, you can do the weekly races. Oh. A bit too wide. Again, a bit too wide. Having like FPS drops, a lot of them. I had a denied shift for some reason. Okay, on low fuel, the car is a lot more pointy. Păi da, la omologarea Evo, pentru că acolo clar și-au folosit un Joker. Față de varianta inițială wingless. Okay, we're going quicker, nice. Need to deploy a bit more. Boy! Holy shit, where did that come from? Why has my FPS tagged? I need to change the visible cars or something. Jacobson e foarte bun, a avut o carieră interesantă, mai ales în LMP3 și apoi în LMP2, dar e mult mai tânăr decât mine și mult mai rapid, ce pot să zic. I wonder if it's spicy because of tires or because of the fuel load. Anyway, we saved up much more energy than anybody else. So you guys seem to be enjoying the Peugeot. I'm enjoying it as well, to be honest. It feels like it fits my driving style very well. I'm not sure how competitive it would be like in a proper esports field, but so far so good, I would say. I don't know if the cars have been made quicker, have been made slower, sorry, after the update, because I'm definitely a lot slower, so... Sketchy Lambo. Why did I shift to fourth there? Senile old man got lost on the Qatar track. Nu la alea mari de la producători, dar l-am văzut pe Lawrence Hör de curând, care e la LMP2 și era la id Export și rula LMU Ultimate. Mai cunosc și alte echipe la LMP3 care se antrenează cu Assetto Corsa, dar la Hör prima oară când am văzut LMU. Nu știu ce să spun cât de precis e, cel puțin la LMP2 cu tire modul ăla. Oh, sorry. Nu Dakle mi se pare foarte relevant, dar na, dacă ei folosesc, they know better than me, I'm sure. He was doing some training at Paul Ricard. That's a shame, this quick lap is gonna be ruined because of traffic. Yeah, tire wear seems good, the car is getting quicker and quicker. Save a bit more. Okay, 1 hour to go. Bro, you can't just brake check, you get a caution. What kind of caution? Means like a black and white flag, like a warning flag? What car do you think is faster? I have no idea, mate. Because the BOP changes constantly. I have no clue. I suspect the LMH cars are again quicker than LMDH and Hypercar. In GT3 I have no idea, because I don't really play GT3. And then I do LMP2 and LMP3, which are almost the same cars. That's not a BOP formula. So I could not tell you. It seems like, so far, Peugeot is quite quick in Qatar. Don't jinx it, mate. Don't jinx it yet. I don't know if these are old chat messages or something. I had some weird behavior with some of them popping up in quick succession. go. Glenn's gonna shed some light on this. Thank you, mate. I also need this information, to be honest. Or do you mean that the Peugeot is the quickest? Hypercar Ferrari, okay. Are we back to Ferrari Cup spec racing? I don't know, I won the race with the Ginetta. The Interlagos Weekly one. So, there we go. Go Britain. Holding the flag up high. Don't think I've got triples. I could see that guy. Okay. Fair enough. I mean, yeah. That's a shame. Realistic in a way. Oh really? Okay. I didn't know. I just wanted to try it. Felt alright. Okay, that was a shit lap. How many have we got? We got 8 laps in this stint. I wonder if anybody's gonna change the tires or not. Is there, like in ACC, there used to be a Google Doc with the car and BOP performance of the cars. I wonder if there's a similar thing for LMU, or how do you know, Glenn? Just by watching streams and seeing what people drive. Okay, seems like the car's in a happy space. Okay. Thank you, I'll go looking for it. Big snap. Could have been a good exit. Okay, how much energy do we need? Telling me 74. I think Tiny Pedal's telling me 73. Track lights coming on, I think. Some weird lighting effects anyway. Somebody's reported. Well, they won't do anything about it. I've reported people who've intentionally crashed into me, and they've done fuck all. Bit pissed about that. Unless you're paying and in the championships, they're not going to do anything about it. Gonna add a bit more energy so I have to fuel save less. Oh. Interesting line for the Lambo, quite wide. Have they? I managed to get nothing. For my last 3 reports, I got nothing. Come on, mate. Get out of the flipping way. Okay, I can push a bit now for the final 4, I think. What the GT3 doing? Whoa, okay, P2's in the box. Okay, that guy's lagging hard. Used a bit too much. What do you mean if somebody reported first, then you get nothing? Ah, you mean you don't get the confirmation? Okay, interesting. So for example, if I report this guy in front first, and then you report him after I do, you get no confirmation? Is that what you mean? In case they take some action? Wow, okay. That's very bad, yeah. Yeah, that's not good. Makes no sense. But I guess it's a limitation internally on their systems. Like on some sort of ticketing system. Please don't kill me. That's very nice, thank you very much. Alright, 2 laps left. Anyway, how's the championships going, Glenn? Still P1? When is the next round? Alright, final lap of this stint. Need to add. Let's go. Still good. Alright, how much energy we're taking? Thinking about taking 74. Tiny Pill is telling me 71. Took 74. Hopefully that's enough. So we got what, 24 laps remaining. Three laps remaining. Oh, I've got plenty. I've got plenty I can push. Are the tires still good? I think that's decent. So I'm gonna end up with about 40% on the left-hand side once the race ends. So by the gap to P2, I would say they took tires. Dude, are we about to lap P4? I think the answer is yes. Dude, that's P3. We're about to lap P3 as well. That's the poor guy in the Alpine that we were fighting with at the beginning. So we can safely assume that my strategy has indeed worked. I think we gained already 30 seconds or something. So I'm sure they must have changed tires. I mean, yeah, part of it was also the fuel save, I guess, but still. Okay. Not being the strongest lobby. But still, it's been a smooth race. So I do need to save a bit. 307 is the target, okay. But definitely less than the first stint. Oh, mate, they're awesome. I'm still getting used to it, but the extra perception is... You're not noticing it, to be honest, like 90% of the time or 80% of the time, but like you saw that Porsche outbrake himself earlier. It's just so immersive. You just so feel in the car. It's crazy. And sometimes you can look like to the outside of the corner, because technically you should look very far ahead, and with a single screen that's not possible. Like for example Interlagos, right? A lot of tight corners you can't see on the top of the hill in Junsao, for example. And now I can, and it's just so much easier to focus your vision on an exit point and just hit that. Hello, mate. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining. How are you? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Good, thank you. First stream on triples, so enjoying this very much. Finally got everything set up. Chat is working. Surprisingly, the stream has been working flawlessly. So I'm surely gonna try and tweak something for next time and ruin it. Oh, ay, ay, ay. I was not expecting him to do that. Always remember, keep your line, guys, and just race normally. Be predictable. Peugeot this time, yes. I didn't have time to test too many cars after the tire model update. So I tested Peugeot and Alpine was undrivable for me. Actually, I tested a Cadillac for like 3 laps at Monza as well when the update came out, and yeah, this one felt good. That's why I stuck with it. Maybe we're gonna main the Peugeot this season, who knows? We're gonna see. Feels very good in this setup here. I'm really enjoying it. I watched bits and bobs, I watched the entire highlights. Crazy race. I didn't watch all of it live, but yeah. Sorry to see a driver broke his back, just like I did a couple of years ago. But yeah, I don't know. The stewarding I saw has been a bit iffy. Bathurst is such an awesome track. Makes me want to do some ACC GT racing or something like that again. With the Kangaroo, I mean, I don't know, man. It's very difficult because Bathurst is actually like a street track. So I don't know how they can police that better, but I think they need some form of better animal control, because, you know, that could have hurt somebody. It's obviously hurt the Kangaroo, but I know those cars are tough and the windshields are tough, but you never know. crazy. Felt more like a rallying incident than a racetrack incident, that one. Very random. It's one of those things that's gonna be over the years, and I've been there, or I've seen it live type of thing, I think. Sorry to ruin your fun, chaps. Duel for P10, but gotta go through somehow. It's Australia, yeah. Yeah. I need to drive Bathurst at some point in life. It's one of those bucket list tracks like the Nordschleife and Spa. Whoa. I like the new tire wear feel. It feels good. I'm on used tires right now, about 60%. It's a good mix, I think, of oh, sorry. I wanted to steer more, but I got understeer. Nice. I mean, he's the one with the warning warning badge. Thankfully, it wasn't a big hit, so he's gonna be okay. It's a tough question. It's a tough question. I don't know. Probably Nordschleife, if I'm honest. Just because it's longer and higher speed, but on the other side, like, yeah. Bathurst, there's no room for error, but it's not like Nordschleife. It has a lot of room for error either. They're all up there, like, it's quite hard to compare. I'd probably say a bit more in the Nordschleife, just because you need... Yes, setup, no, indeed. Everything is new. Well, almost everything is new. The pedals are the same, the wheelbase is the same, the wheel is the same, and the chassis is the same. But other than that, well, the seats, railings are old. Do you count them? The seat is new, position is new, triple monitors, new PC in the background running, so I can... so I can not die. Okay, maybe I need to focus in the last 27 minutes. G2 Romania trophy. I don't know, man. It would be fun if they have something like that. There's been some Romanians who raced in NLS. I don't think anybody's won a race as far as I'm aware. There was a guy in GT4. There's been some people in RCN. Some guys in the spec BMWs, I think, in the 325s. Getting some understeer now, but anyway, sorry, this race is not the most exciting. I was really hoping that this was going to be a full grid. You You know what's more difficult? Not driving any of them. That hurts the most. Yes. Tim and the gang there have been very supportive throughout the years. I've been one of their affiliated drivers. Also presented the yearly awards one time, I think. Like 2 years ago, so. Great bunch of people. Awesome page. Quality info. What can I say? Worth a follow. Nicest guys around you'll find in this godforsaken industry called motorsport. We've got Only Endurance, Akiris, and Asetek supporting the channel, so very much appreciated. Yes, it's a great community. Also, the content is quality, man. I think it's a lot of pages nowadays just resort to bullshitty, clickbaity titles, right? To become popular. It's a way to do it, what can I say, but Only Endurance doesn't do that. That's proper news. Awesome reels, you know. No clickbait, no content stealing or anything like that, so. Social media done right, of which there's less and less nowadays, unfortunately. So guys, anybody have any idea how much the visible cars setting tanks the FPS? Because I had a lot of FPS at the... Yeah, the algorithms nowadays are kind of shitty. So yeah, I was having a lot of FPS at the beginning of the race, and now it's kind of halved, almost. Yeah, around half. Not sure if it's temps or anything, but the rig has 1 million fans on it. Take the track cut, screw it. We don't have any points anyway. There we go. Alright, final 20 and a bit minutes. 14 laps to go. Let's win this thing. Surprised you guys are still watching since it's such a boring race, but there we go. Maybe it's because it's so early in the week, I don't know. think this guy has had an eventful race. He's already 3 laps behind. I want to do a 41 something, so the best lap is 42.0. It's definitely possible on a good lap. Oh really? Yeah, I don't know. I only had this version of Windows installed. Obviously, I did a fresh install. But no, it was really fine at the beginning of the race. It just tanked now, so I had about 170. Now I have about 80. I don't know what that's all about. I'm gonna try and reduce the number of visible cars a bit. Anyway, yeah, triples are a pain in terms of computer spec, because you just end up with, yeah, needing expensive shit. I was close to getting a 5080 instead of the 5070 Ti, but I just couldn't justify the price difference, man. Or the GPUs are so expensive, and I was lucky to get it before the meltdown happened, where they're effectively discontinuing the 5070 Ti more or less. It's got up in price anyway. Salut. I get so much understeer here. So what I think is going to happen now in the endurance races, you're going to see people run the tires until the end of their useful life, which is about 20-30%, somewhere in that region, depending on the conditions. Because just taking on a new set of tires is extremely penalizing right now. Okay guys, final 10 laps to go. Still have no traction compared to earlier, so still trying to get that 41.0, well 41.9, not 0. Okay, that's been a good exit. Why? Can we clear the BMW? Lap is there, it's just too much traffic. But at least I'm saving more and more fuel, so I have like 7 attempts left. Is that the first lockup of the race? Okay, 10 minutes. Might have a free lap now, let's see. Let's try and push. Late on the power there. Bit too late on the brakes here. No! Okay. Don't hit anything. Good thing we got a big lead, but yeah. Still bites you if you try and push too much. How are the tires? Let's see. I don't feel any flat spot. So you see the temp still go down. I've done a spin. Okay, I have some flat spot. But it is better than before. I did lose some tire life, but I lost like only 1% more than I would have that lap, so I think that's decent. Just gotta be more careful now. No more spins to the end. Still spicy. But yeah, I do have some vibration, but nothing too crazy. Which is what I would expect from a spin like that, because it was high speed, but it was quick, and then we went into the gravel, right, where friction isn't that high, so it doesn't damage the tire too much. Hai revenit numai bine în timp să nu vezi spinul. O să trecem peste asta. Am avut o mică incursiune în gravel. No biggie. Binala, indeed. It is a lot more spicy on low fuel, but it's also very on-off. It goes out of nowhere and then it's very hard to catch. Alright, final three. Toyota spun like the best of us. I don't think we're gonna get that 41, guys. Sure as hell tried. What? Beached? Can you do that in LMU? Like, remain stuck? Adică cu EMI, cu simrigul. Oh, really? I did not know that. Realistic feature I was not aware of. Ah. Nope. Nu cred că ar trebui să-ți facă asta. Ce bază ai? Poate ai un scurt pe undeva sau un cablu care nu mai are izolație? Stupid Toyota rejoin. Thank you, McLaren. Wow, ok, asta nu e bine, e ceva cablat greșit pe acolo. Sau să faci undeva contact cu simrigul, n-ar trebui să ai așa ceva. Ah, so close. So close. All right. That was not the most exciting race, but except for the spin, we made the strat work. Where did we end up with the tire? So even with the spin, it was like 36% the worst tire. So not bad, not bad. Thank you guys for watching. Not the most exciting one, I don't know why, so hope you enjoyed it. Give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Let's see the result of the poll. 50-50. People say, should I switch to Twitch? 50-50. The reason is, yeah, there's not been much growth in YouTube. I know I haven't been very consistent, and that's a big part of it, but I don't know. I don't know. On the other hand, you guys are already here, so that makes it harder to kind of build it all the way up from scratch on Twitch or Kick or something else. But I was considering it. I don't know. It's not a done decision. For now, I'm gonna stick with YouTube for a bit more. Okay, what's the schedule for the rest of the week? I want to do one more stream this week, so I want to tell you guys already. There's the birthday bash at Le Mans. We're gonna do that. And 2.4 hour series, Saturday. But it's only Saturday morning. I think we're gonna do LMU birthday bash on Friday, which is Le Mans. So Friday, this is what we're gonna do, right? Friday, LMU birthday bash, same time, same hour. It's gonna be at Le Mans. We're gonna try some hypercars we need to test for next week's 24-hour race anyway. And then Sunday, is gonna be Imola. We're gonna do Imola on Sunday, which is 2-hour race, I think. Yeah, 2-hour race. So that's the schedule, guys. Friday and Sunday, you want to be here. Again, thanks for the likes. Thanks for the subscribes. Let's see what we gained. Da, cred că ar trebui să pui în comentare că altceva nu știu, nu știu ce poți să faci. Gained a bit of rank, but we're still kind of mid-silver 3, so there's a lot more grind to go. You were expected to finish first. Strength of field is S1, so yeah, that's why. I think there was a couple of silver 2. There we go. Silver 2, silver 2, silver 2 in GT3 more than us. So that's why. But yeah, I got 3 up arrows for safety, which is already maxed out. So I don't know. I do not know. Anyway, it's getting late. I'm hungry. You guys had enough of a boring race. I'll see you guys on Friday and on Sunday for the next stream. As always, thank you for joining. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.